Good afternoon, folks. It's 12:37 p.m. on the 22nd day, 7th month, 2022. A day of the deuce, it looks like. They're doing the deuce right here. A lot of deuce. Who decided the deuce was stood for a bodily function anyhow? Anyways, I digress. Yeah, you got winter's coming. Winter's here. And there's a swath coming. It's going to come up through here. It's going to definitely be some very blizzard-like conditions coming up through these mountains areas here just to the north in this way from Melbourne. So I'm going to show you why I say this. If we got to show why. And I'm waiting for certain EMF moves, so I don't have Mimic up right now, right? Because this is days away. But I might pull it up. It just depends on emotion on my flow and how good the internet connection's running today. This is you guys. Did you say hi? Did you look up? Did you smile? No, this is some of the mix and the chem you've seen going over the top of the Melbourne area. And I'm pretty much going to concentrate on you. I'm going to concentrate here. They're not totally out of the woods today. So I'll show you your current patterns on that. But what's going on when the satellite came over and snapped a shot was this. I have these microwave clouds on the low deck. You'll see them kind of under here, these perturbations, as they're known as, or these waves are coming through in a bouncy way like this, exciting the next one next to it till it makes like I don't know the exact word for it. It tugs itself into a serpentine-like thing. And the waveform very often just stays active in that one place moving, unless enough of wattage is used to push it along. And what I'm seeing here is a bit of a mission point, because there's definable, like an arrow pointing from that and that towards here. That means that there might be something up there floating around. Even an AWACS planes, like people have been seeing flying, can do this with those big radars they have on top of those planes. They can do this by perturbing the atmosphere, and they can make squares, forms, and all sorts of scalar type emissions. Look at the flower of life here. Boom, 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 or the flower of death, as I call it. It's a livelihood for them and not for us. But it almost looks like they've drawn a number in your sky. See it? I'm trying to maintain a low tone. I notice it's irritating some people, but I can't help. I'm very, very passionate. For those who don't follow me, I've been protesting geoengineering for many, many years, and I've been pointing it out and getting called a liar while giving very, very accurate forecasts of things, right? And my knowledge of when I see this, what does it do? What do I notice happen? Or when I see this type of cloud that's more blurry here, like it is more of a sickness mix look than that. See it? There's a difference between that and that. You know what the difference is? Time. This was done earlier, and it's dispersed and took the sunlight out. That's more freshly done. That's the difference, right? But the sickness mix streamers are very distinct. Very, very distinct. This isn't that kind of pelletaceous look. This is more of a put it out there, streamer, 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 streamer. Is when you see the tens of thousands of them is when you go, oh my, right? So that ain't too healthy, but that isn't like this. There's different types of mix used to get different types of effects in the atmosphere that make a cloud. Don't tell me this is a fake cloud. That's a real cloud. But what the conditions that it formed in were made by men. Okay? I draw a fine line on that. So never let a fact checker say Robert says the cloud is fake. No. It's very real. It's showing up on a satellite image. It's giving a reflection back to a radar. It's being blurred out so you cannot see clearly what's here. But you can see very clearly what's here when it's not blurred out. Okay? So something has been hidden from you. And I'll tell you, it's a chem bomb. It's a chem bomb. But I want to get into the forecast part of this a bit. See it? And if I lose a bit of the, you can't see my cursor when I go to some screens, I'll try to remember to change it. But it's hard to please everyone every time. It's got to please myself. You're going to be all right, folks. We're just going to have to confront some things head on. So, I'm gonna go with the forecast part first. Right. Here's your 5-day weather plan coming for your coast. It doesn't look good, and I don't agree with the numbers, actually, of where the areas of the snow and the rains are going to come. So what I want to do is, well, I'm feeling a bit dry, so I'm going to roll this, right? I'm totally agreeing with this line, and I do believe that the cold air coming up in this pocket here is going to reach very far up here. It has to, because of how they're working this storm around. As they pull this tendril of moisture out, it's going to make a straight line toward here. Oh my. And yeah, and they're going to pull one through here, and they're going to have a beeline of moisture coming slam over here, and it's not good for New Zealand coming up. And they're having their wintry mix. You see, when you see the symbols that get them mixed in with the raindrops, that means you often have a warm, low air cake, if you will, with the frost is being different temperatures. I don't know another way to describe it when I don't have myself showing to show my hand movements. I ain't figured that part out yet. Once I set up in the other studio, I should have it. But this here should be very, very hazardous driving conditions. And if you're coming on this day, I'd be considering it by just do day counts from where I am, because all the times here are done in UTC, Universal Time. So you'd have to do a conversion and learn it in your head where you are in Universal Time. And I'm going to start at the whole, doesn't that look nice of it all right there? And I'll show you other parts, because this has got to be a bit in depth. Right, the first line coming through today is the one I told you about many, many, many days ago. There's another one coming behind it. Okay? This is the one I said many days ago. I see the perfect conditions set up for a storm. And you've been getting it, actually. And this is the tail end of that. Sorry. I can read through that part if somebody's that interested in the boredom of it coming over. That means you got rain down over there. Adelaide, look. It's coming. Here it comes. Just another weather plan unfolding. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, who's to blame? We are for allowing it to continue. That's the base blame. Quit pointing the finger at somebody else and start looking in the mirror. I confront this head on. Excuse me. I needed a drink of delicious coffee. Thank you for your support, people. I really appreciate it. Oh, I ain't begging for it. Support comes in many forms, right? I pointed this out. So your kind words really get me out of bed. And when I open up my mail in the morning and I say, oh, my move's going to get easier, I feel a little more relieved, because they're playing a game with my rent, not wanting to get me out. I'm going to go health department on them. I'm going to pull COVID patrol, I think. Yes, there's some very unhealthy conditions conducive to the spread of something I'm told about, but I'm not an expert to describe. Yeah. I could describe bullshit in a field in a minute. Okay, here's where it starts to get interesting. Here's what the weather plan goes, and I'll start to slow it down. So we're looking at about a day and a half to 2 days. What time is it there now? Let me go look. Hang on a minute. Here's how you find out the time. Local time, Adelaide, Australia. Right, so right now it would be about that. So I'll just... Okay, see, this is how I find out things. I ask questions. So, do your math. If it's 21 something there, and it's 12 something there, now you're doing your tens. So you're looking at 8 o'clock at night. Your time, you get the light show. Boy, is it going to be electric, too. I'll tell you that, because I've seen what they've been spraying, and I see the EMF on in Antarctica. Yeah, it's going to travel up that cam like nothing, just pulling down the upper atmosphere, which is fairly, well, the words unlimited come to mind. They play Ryan. You're going to pull down something. And it's not going to go well for whatever's underneath it. Yeah, this is some very heavy rains. It's going to be very cold. Some of this could be wintry. What's the temperature? So we can put that up. 14s. Yeah, it's warm. So the cold pocket is here. That means we're rotating high and pulling up like this. There's the high. Okay, so the high here. Oh, the double heat. As soon as it got here where there's a huge atmospheric heater known as the super darn, it's there. Yeah, It's a bunch of antennas linked properly, and there it is. It's being used. They can heat one with one. Blenheim, was told, was disassembled. I don't believe it. So there you go, and they're doing a dance. So there's where the pump up happened. It's a dipole, man. Yeah, no, it isn't. That's atmospheric heaters being used to generate this high. That's pumping the cold air up. The high is actually pulling it up. The 14s are here. So there's your baseline pressure. So you got to go to about the width of that hand coming up to each side of this for full volatility of storms at any time along this line. So this line is actually come inland. Look at the line inland. The main volatility, I'd say, is coming through here, actually, because of this one. Now, this one's rotating like this, right? As this one's coming up, any of this trying to come around is then being forced back up and around. It's getting a little bit of hot, and it's going to force a bubble down low of the cold because heat rises. So you're going to get that down on the low ocean. You might see some fogs and stuff like that. Boy, you're going to have some good surfing. Look at the winds. I'm just running. I'm just looking. Okay, you folks just keep up with me. This is me doing the determining. Yeah. Got your notepad there, Jeffrey? You got some testicles here and a penis you could draw. Why don't you just do it? So anyways, I digress. So I just needed to see the quick temperatures. So turn that back off. It's distracting me. Get off of there. Well, maybe I can get it to go if I play it. Get off. Get off. Get off. I'll just hit the love button and it goes away. I love it when it cooperates. Okay, we'll go back to around that time and we'll watch it come through. You see all this out here? It's telling you it's cold out there. Okay, and it's falling. That tells you it's not as cold as that because it ain't falling as that. Right? Just thinking. You see a 6 there. Boom. Vortex, there's a spinner. But that would often happen as you split a flow. A natural eddy will form. The natural things are going on here, I'm telling you. But ways of making natural things happen by unnatural means have been going on for a long time. Right? Let's be honest. Chemistry is called, isn't it? When chemistry and physics meet. That's when a mathematician goes wild. You see the wolf. Isn't that cool? Actually, I like that. Let me go back a minute. I just saw a cool graphic, man. Isn't that cool? Woo! Maybe we're going to get our help. I'm trying to take a good screenshot. Why ain't it cooperating? My screen is just not being happy today. There we go. With 0 falling out there. That's nice to know. It's going to be no rain. If I just put that up there, is he going to say, am I going to see somebody say there's a forecast with no rain? Look. Somebody not going to pay attention. Because it says none is going to fall at that moment there. And isn't that nice to see? I think so. I think you guys need to dry out the molds. It's going to be a huge issue. So I'm just going to roll it for a minute. Rolling, rolling, rolling weather. Right, the flow is being allowed through the strait. Venturi effect full on. Wind upward this way. Downflow that way. In it comes. So that's allowing everything to now go up coast. And this is when your weather starts. This is when the cold draft has been up there. Gets the water it's needed to freeze things. Freezing makes bacterial things in muds go dormant. Till later when they thaw. Be very careful with what's on your shoes, folks. Be careful what you do. Don't bypass certain measures right now. Something's going on. Okay, be very careful with your traveling in rural areas right now. I'm telling you the truth. Watch your pets. Yeah, something's going on with the cattle. I told you the conditions were right for this. I said so during the second Lismore flood. I said, oh my God, I was trying to get warnings out so the cattle weren't standing around in the bracken. It is very bad. My God, what's going on with those poor farmers? Ain't gonna be able to sell that meat if they don't do quick. I see something bad. I'd advise it, actually. If you can sell your herd, do it. What a shame. Man-made weather. I'm just letting this roll for a few seconds. I want to be able to have a play. Right, that's fair enough. And what you see is a weather plan that doesn't look too pleasant for winter storms. This is a plan. And they can't forecast a fart, can they? You can hand them a whole can of beans to eat down there at the Weather Service, and they can't forecast a fart. So, now you're dying to see the accumulations. So let's go to it. So, right, over the next 3 days, you should begin to drying out here, but it's not looking good. For one of my favorite places that brews some of the most delicious sodas I ever drank. Bundaberg. Yeah, man. If you don't like Bundaberg ginger beer, root beers, what's wrong with you? You have to try it. It's nice and fiery. It's good for your health. Agnes Waters, yeah, somebody messaged me from there. It's not too good last night for you, but you're getting a little bit out of the breeze of it as things move south, and it is going to move south. Right over your 3 days. That's what they say. Right, that's what they say. This is what Icon says. This is what ECMC blah blah says. I don't know. I'm going to tell you what I say in a bit because I told you that moisture was coming ashore. And what blows ashore, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to point out a basic for you about water movement. Right. If I get a huge amount, let's say I'm going to find it where it says it's really bad. I just want to show you something. But it's not coming ashore. All right? It's really bad, but it isn't coming ashore. Right? Let's say you got this amount here. Right? It's sitting here. It's I want to look at about 25 miles offshore because that's how far rain can travel, quite far actually, up in the air. So let's say I got this amount sitting here, right? And I got this much amount falling here. The wind blowing this ashore is still going to fall there, but it's not counted as the raindrop that started falling here and returned to the radar. You see what I'm saying? And then you start getting problems with surf, and you start getting problems with the spray in the air, and you're adding to the water amounts that arrive through the coastlines and inland. And I use that for part of my forecast amounts, folks. Right? When your rivers start rushing up, I have a lot of things I take into consideration, and I look at the wind. Because you got to. Why? Like my father taught me, you don't piss into the wind. Right? That's piss in the wind. It's coming this way. Where you going to stand when this shit hits the fan? In front of it, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm a poet, and I dang sure know it. All right, let's give you 10 days' worth of the weather plan. In New Zealand, you're fucked. I'm just going to say it. You're absolutely, again, fucked on that North Island. Nothing on them 5 days again. When this storm finishes coming through, the tendril of moisture that's going to come down here from the tropics into you, splits in half, is going to dump a shed load of water. We talking the ice bucket challenge, too. It's wintertime. Right? The challenge is, can you get your state houses to say no to geoengineering in the Paris Accords? Every country, it's up to you. I just want it to stop. Nobody should do this. Nobody should have the power to control your sunny day. Or say, hello, you're done. This is incredible amounts of water that's going to fall over a 5-day period, and probably less. As this comes through, it won't probably only come in about 2 days because it'll stall out here a bit. So you're going to get a kick around. I already seen the pressures. Just trust me on this one. I'm not going into the whole thing. There's too much to cover, including how NEXRAD beams and EMF perturbation can make rain or make it not rain. Okay? Or cause certain winds. I just don't have time to explain it today, but I need to redo that tutorial. But I would direct you toward the work of the wonderful, super respected by me, Jim Lee, and his climate viewer, and the timeless effort, and I'm telling you, untold time he has spent giving that website to everybody. And he gives it for free as well. So please get behind his work as well. He really deserves all our support. And he can't have any more of my respect, because when you got all my respect, you got it all. Right? Even this right here, off Northcliffe, here. If the winds are correct on this 10 days, it's going to blow straight ashore. Right? And they're walking this around the corner. The winds should be coming this direction, but they're going to have to push it this way. So you can count on that rain coming ashore. That's why I say they're lying about the numbers, because they're taking the wind out of the forecast. Yep. Wind is huge, actually. Ain't a little bit of wind offshore blowing. That's stale breeze. Got to keep a high pressure here to walk a storm around the corner, but I'll tell you down low that water's moving. I ain't buying that, actually. I ain't liking that number at all. I think that's rubbish. That ain't a little bit of wind. Yeah, now we're talking your accumulations. Robert's using the wrong graph. Well, how come I keep getting it right? I told you I don't believe something. What level of the atmosphere are they measuring for that statistic? 2 inches above the ground? Behind a rock? When you get an eddy and a wind block where you could light your cigarette, I mean, what's going on with that? Though that's good windsurfing. I mean, you got 17 miles an hour wind. I guarantee you, you will have some fun. And we got to talk about having some fun sometimes because, there's going to be some fun to be had in the surf along the famous beaches of Australia during the next 2 weeks. And that to me is worth a smile. And it is. We got to think that too. So there's some people are going to enjoy this more than others. I'm not just talking about our oppressors who make money off geoengineering. Whatever's being done in this atmosphere over your country costs money. It's by some petrochemical company is making it. The aluminums and stuff like that make these flowers of death, like I'm pointing at here over near Broken Hill, cost money to do. And there's a corporation involved in processing aluminium because you don't just pick up a rock on the ground that's aluminium. You have to process it from alumina-rich things. And you got some very alumina-rich soils in some places, I'll tell you that. Look at that square up here. Boom! Went to Plume. That's a blatant deployment. This stuff costs money. Look at that. Now you don't see it? See if we can get a 10-minute jump. I get some cooperation. Here it is. All right, I'm up here. See it? Right here. And a flower underneath it. So you got two things going on different levels of the atmosphere. You got a boom, 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 and then this one off. All right, backwards and forwards. All right, get back up. This is undeniable, GM. Look at that field of EMF. I want to roll this fast so you see the energized waves better. There's a pulse here, look. It went round. When you suddenly see the EMF fishbone looking meat go circular towards that epicenter, where was that? You have to give me a minute. I decided to suss this live, or it was going to take me another hour to go over all the images to do a determinant. That one blew out weird. Look at to the north of this chemtrail here. In this area here. That's just weird. That's very light. Whatever was deployed was not a heavy deployment. It was a selected amount. Right? I'm telling you, an engineered program requires a plan. What we got here? Maltese crust. Don't be a Schultz, man, and see nothing. And when you see something, say something. Isn't that what we're taught? See something, say something. See something, say something. I see something, I'm saying something. Do you see something, are you saying something? See something, say something. Isn't that the psyop? See something, say something. I see something, I'm saying something. Look at it right here. Percussion rings of an explosion going out. Evidence of a sudden increase and then decrease in pressure very suddenly can nucleate cloud condensate, a natural thing that happens. But the square form here is a directed thing. Whether done with EMF or a shape charge remains to be determined because the program is not being fully disclosed. They say it's a proposed experiment. I'm showing you it's an indecent proposal already going on. And it's wrong. That the fallout of this is sickening people across this beautiful nation that I have the honor of getting to visit because people were kind. Yep. Though I did have to give up everything I owned to do it. But when you refuse to be owned, don't own anything. All right? Own yourself. Boom, boom, boom. You see another flower of death over here in this freaking chemtrail line streaming over. It's going to disperse out, and eventually what comes up must come down. It has to. And, well, something's going down. I'll probably get in trouble if I sing everybody look what's going down. It's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Boom, 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 plumes. Coming down. It's this every day. Every freaking day. So we're going to have to get it to stop. Right? So those your winds are very high through these mountains, and it's going to be quite dangerous from time to time. It doesn't mean this wind is blowing every minute. It means the possibilities of you seeing this wind load on things is not good for your structures, right? It's been hitting with this, and if it comes in the other direction, it's coming down. If it's hitting the side of a vehicle, going down a mountain, sudden gust of that, that's not good, folks. That's dangerous. That's why I show you that. Because that's still the wind that does the damage. And well, when the hand wags the dog isn't the one that's happy, is it? It's the one wagging the dog, making you think the tail is moving and it's happy. So here comes your snows. Right, I'm gonna give it we're gonna give you the winter sounds. Dun, 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 dun. So from 5 to 10 days, here it comes. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm more agreeing with this, but bring the line closer to Melbourne, right? But up through here, you're gonna get some heavy ones, and I imagine that the heaviers are gonna be the higher elevations. What are we at elevation-wise? Anyhow? It just showed me. 8, 11. That ain't no tall mountain. Calling them Alps. What's wrong with you? Everybody wants something to be bigger than it is. There's a mountain. Well, foothills bigger than that over in North Carolina. What you talking about? But you guys got bugs as big as our freaking turtles. That's a tick. You know, Harriet Phil, enjoy your winter time. Get your skis waxed. Get all the supplies you need. You're going to get snowed in for a bit. Stay off those roads. Don't get dead. We're here to stay alive and enjoy yourself. Get fulfillment. Have some hot chocolate if you enjoy such a thing. Make it yourself. Make it a project. I like marshmallows in mine. So make your own marshmallows. You got nothing but time on your hands. Make a project. Whittle a cane. Do something. Find fulfillment. I love the sound of crunching snow when I walk under moonlight, and I see it kicking up in the air on the front of my boot, and it looks like diamonds in the air. Right? Go find fulfillment. If you got a memory like that of snow, you've lived. Okay? Temperature-wise, starting over here. It's right about here. I did my homework already. Right here, you're going to get cold. And that pocket of cold air is coming up your whole coast. So if you ain't bought your coat yet, don't believe these numbers. It's just going to get cold. Okay? You're going to get so cold that the word cold's going to start shivering. When the wind starts blowing and the cold starts going, Mr. Burns goes, excellent, because your heater's going to be rolling. And the cold pocket's going all the way up through here. And when warm air meets a pocket of cold air and this stuff is moist, what happens? Think, think, think. Natural formations of storms will occur through an unnatural condition made by man. Don't tell me clouds are fake. You gotta understand some things. Now, we got a lot of heat up here. Now, that tells me that's high pressure, because hot is always higher pressure than cold. Okay? You got more molecules in one area, excited, all bouncing into each other. Boy, is that generating some stuff going on, and boy, it gets hotter. Right? Or this thing that looks like a dog here, that they wag the tail so much that Papa has snapped the tail off and is farting. I don't know. I just wanted to have a laugh. Kind of look like that, don't it? I see that sometimes. That's all your cattle, man, when they sell it all, your business to China. And they created the perfect conditions to ruin the lives of millions of animals. Gone. So I mentioned a microscope. The first thing I'm going to do is show the vegan food. I was just so happy about this cold air coming to freeze their testes off. So we better get knitting them hemp blankets, folks, because here it comes. That's a big pocket of cold coming down here. See these little light blues? This is not good. This is very volatile. And I know about a storm coming from over here. And we're already 5 days in now. I'm already showing you when Melbourne got fucked. Accumulations showed you. And I think this is frozen. Hey, this stuff is not good, not healthy. Don't plan to go up on them mountain roads between this. See? Don't be a fool. Don't be a statistic. Stay my friend that I can talk to. Not the one that I have to talk about. Something that I miss. Why? Because they didn't listen. Or they was stupid and they went on these mountain roads. And this ain't going to be no good for you guys either. You're not good at all. Right? You guys are copying it. But that closer to your event, I'll show that. Why? Because my Winua does ever good forecast, and my guy Kevin, he needs to know where to go fishing when those waves get bad. Boy, did he catch a beauty the other day. I was hankering salmon, because he catches the real ones. But I say I'd like to see a piece in under the microscope. Yeah, the plasticizations of our ocean is evident inside the food that we're eating from the ocean. Wollongong, are you still in the red? You want to know? I don't think so. Yeah, you're going to get a bit of a break, actually. Most of the action's going to be up coast. Yep. See? Everybody says yoki. I wanted you to know that, actually. I think most of the snow's going to come through here. Most of the wind's going to come through here over that 5-day period. Then after that, I'll update your forecast. But I'm in the process of moving and packing, so if I don't answer straight away, well, anybody who's moved and packed understands. I'm moving and packing, okay? I'm a stressed out cunt right now. Pardon my language. If that bothers you more than this that I show you, what is wrong with you? Somebody's out here blurring out your satellite image so you can't see something at the time you're trying to learn. That's like coming in front of you and pouring hot milk on the top of your page you're writing on to learn and saying, oh, you better be responsible for your notes. Nah, somebody has tampered with this image so you can't see it clearly. That's what that is. I've been doing this for years. Not N-O-T, S-E-E. Not C. Not C. And, well, when you ain't allowed to see stuff is when you need to question it more, actually. And demand that your politicians make this image clearer for you with your tax dollars they give you to more accurate records of weather. With the crisscross sign with the EMF all pointing straight at this location. This isn't, I told you, somebody was joking about Noah's Ark, and I'm coming up with Ararat here. You just can't make this shit up. Oneness has just showed us something, right? That ain't no coincidence there. Yeah, no coincidence at all. Isn't that cool, huh? I like cool things. All right, Wankerada. Oh, I pronounced that wrong. Yeah, I did that on purpose. I like seeing clear skies over there. Look at those beautiful green forests, getting sunlight, thriving for a minute. Maybe some of the slime that's supposed to grow in ponds and on rocks and streams will stop growing on the bark, on the side of the trunks, if we can get some fresh air and sunshine to these beautiful creatures that I'm just saying blessings to you. We need change of a positive nature. For nature. That is positive for us. Don't that look like a big insect head, like old ant? That whole thing. I see it every time I look at your mountains. That does just look like a big old mantis head, or ant with the big beaks and everything. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Imagination. What do we got here off your coastline here? I'm just having a quick hop view. Quick saying, is it still running? Yay. Dun, 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 dun. Chem bombs suck. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Look at the formation. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Look at your nation. Boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 do. All right, I want to go up coast here because you got some action coming. Right, oh, look at that chem bomb there. Right there. Yeah, I seen it before it even cleared. How to read a blurry image now. Let's go back a few minutes in time. Now, this is rotating, obviously, supposedly in this direction. It's telling me it's a lower pressure or something here is cold. There's the epicenter of the bomb right there, and another one being deployed right here, and that's the object of my curiosity. 10 minutes. We have the Masonic apron. 10 more minutes. Boogeyman to the left. Right, chem bomb. Boom. This is Imaginary, right? We have the snail slug head. Boom, 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 boom. Snail formation farting out on you guys over here. How's the air smell and taste today? Please type in. I want to know what type things in here. Are you smelling anything odd? Or does your hair always smell that way? Look at the formation of bombs here doing a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to jump back. 10. Ooh, flower of death. Boom. 7s. Boom. The crust. The snail. Vomiting. The chem bomb. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like Godzilla face it here. Oh, we got a snake eating up the sea. What's going on here? Blah! Puking out a big belch of something. That was amazing, huh? I'm gonna go back on that. And blah! Isn't this vomitation? 10. It's just a big old plus going in the wrong direction. I gotta point that out. Everything's flowing south, and that thing it went the wrong way. Chem bomb. Something is moving along on its own, self-propelled, in a high atmosphere, very high, because I ain't seen one. Somebody's got a very incredible image of something. It's the closest thing of me seeing about 7 chem bombs glowing up on a cloud plasmaing that I've ever seen. But I haven't zoomed in close enough to do the pixel determinations yet to see if it's an optic effect. It's why I haven't commented too much on it. Yeah. Wow, that's a blatant. Look, got a 4-star there and a bang. Right off the coast of an area that's scheduled to get man-made weather. Let's go to the rain and the thunder and see what's going on in Bundaberg. Bundaberg. What's going on here? You guys got chemmed all the fuck over here. This is the area of man-madeness. With the radar. See what's going on. Now, you know I could do better. Let me give you guys the 12-hour look. I'm curious what's going to come up. Well, you got some really heavy stuff came through Agnes Water. What's the rotation? Beam. That's a beam swath walking it. Did you see it? How the V just kept moving along? That's a beam. Watch. Right through here. See it walking it? My God, look at the lightning hit out here in this massive whatevers. I've never fully determined what this stuff is that keeps picking up. All I could think is it's so high up in the upper atmosphere. It could be even sprites and those things that kick up into the upper atmosphere we catch pictures of. And that could be evidence of that type of cloud. I have no idea. And I've asked many meteorologists page, and they've never given me an answer I can accept as a natural thing. I'm just doing a determining now. I got to see something. Where's this coming from? You guys are getting beamed. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, let's look. That's a V formation. If you froze that on your screen, right, and you got you some kind of straight edge, even a piece of paper, and you held it along that edge, and you got another piece of paper, and you held it along this edge here, where does it go? Right, because you're going to see the other edge here very plainly, actually, in these rays coming out. Right. See how this V stays in shape? It's not picking up a perfect. But if you held your edges roughly here and roughly here, it's going to connect. I'm going to do that myself here at the same time. So give me a moment. I want to see where this is coming from. So this is how I do it, actually. I just use a piece of paper. And I bring them up. Right, it's further down. It's coming. It's Gimpy. Gimpy is doing it. Right, the line points to Gimpy. Gimpy is doing it here. Let's see what the national radar loops. I got to know. I wonder whose day it is that has all those numbers. Right, Gimpy is right about here, isn't it? The Gimpy Pyramid, is that it? That's Gladstone. Emerald. I'm doing the jump. Oh, shit, I should have done it better. Maury, showing not much. What's he doing? Radar images. This is your radar. A lot of times, if you click these here, I'm showing you. You click these things right, you can come up with the locations of every one of them and what they do. And sometimes, like if you look at Grafton, you get the graphs on them. This is where you'll find your exact positions on being able to mark your maps. I just haven't had time to do it yet. But this is where you'll get the information of where their blind spots, official glitch excuses are, right? And I do. I call some things excuses. And it shows you can do quick clicks in, right? So you can go by wherever you're wanting. I'm on Queensland. I'm wanting Gympie. So here's what it says. Give me the Gympie radar page. And we're into it. Oh, yeah, look at the circle around it. This is undeniable proof that you are being geoengineered. You're being beamed. And I picked up evidence on the other one. Right, that ain't showing shit in close. Good. Let's see, 5 minutes, 6 a.m. Oh, what's that? Well, let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I was pointing straight at it. This is... Come on. I've never seen that stat. That's interesting. So you can see the path coming towards the epicenter. Let's go back to the, I usually like the composite national. Oh, you bastard. Okay, I'm going to find a different way to do this. Gimpy's not showing. All right, let's go back here. I'm a little bit persistent, you know. Right, I see evidence of it right here. See right there? The radar beam. See the circle? It's of a perturbation. See it shooting a beam to the side that causes a heated outflow that energizes storms and creates a flow that's sustaining what's coming here. Actually, if I heat air in this hemisphere, it comes this direction. What's the way is flow going? If I cool air, it goes like that in this hemisphere. Right? Just we got to know the basic dynamics of the engine, of the gears that we're thinking here, or pressure and flows and things like that. You've got to know these things. That's direct evidence of a radar beam that I'm seeing evidence of here, right? Because I just I held my straight edge up and did my determinant point right at Gimpy. Okay. Yeah, if we go in close enough, I think it's pick it out. I told you I've been doing this a long time. Used to be very, very visible, like that big beam I showed the other day. But I've gotten very good at blurring out the feed, so you've gotten less and less accuracy to what you can see on the ground to determine should I wear a coat today or not, even. Or, oh, that rain's just going to miss my street. I can leave my picnic in the yard. Right? Remember that street level radar we were sold? Well, that's long gone because we were showing what those street level radars were doing to maintain the weather. And that's your current. As of 1 hour, this will be a more in-depth. I know you guys like to see this in, well, I need a sip of my coffee. So while this does its bit, I'm going to up coast and let you see. You get to dry out a bit, Rockhampton. Isn't that nice? I think so. So, Agnes Waters, you're a bit out of the waters now. Why ain't this behaving? Am I giving it too much data to do? Sometimes it likes encouragement to start. It's a very scatterbox, isn't it? Like the chem bomb formations of left turn clouds. What are they going to do? Draw a Monster drink commercial out there so you see it on your radar, subliminally go out and buy one? And what's going on here? Ah, look at that thing just pop up there. Yeah, that's very cool looking. A nice square storm out there over the whales. Is that what? They made a kangaroo. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fucking interesting? Hello, Australia. Even the kangaroos are freaking leaving as quick as they can. They tying it down. Tying down your weather. That's fucking wrong. I made a joke about Joey's the other day, and they're taking a piss with that. My goodness. What's beaming here? Now, this area is exceedingly guilty. Watch. Look at the beams, right? You get a lot of storms made through here. That's why I say it's the birthing place. Watch what they're doing with the EMF through here. Bzz. See how they stay in place? Those rays? Those are radar rays. A beam. A ray. Why do you think they call it a radar array? Okay, use your heads. They're beaming that, man. That's beaming hard. Yeah, they're maintaining all that storms to go through and directing that moisture. Those people are getting some rain. Wow. La faux is la the fake. Can't help it. Yeah, I see these things. I just can't cover everything. My God, it would take me hours. I'm getting a bit thirsty. Oh, look at the EMS signature here. What is going on here? They designing new clothing? Bzzz, getting fried, New Zealand style. My goodness. The captain is cooking you again, folks. Captain Cook has arrived. Bzzz, getting fried. Everybody, it's not Kentucky and you're still getting fried. You so sprinkle the 7 herbs and spices on yourself, folks, but do we get to pick which herb it is this time? That would be nice. What's going on over Sydney? I'm just in a mood now. I just showed you what's going to happen. So now I could look at what's happening. What happening, Raj? Ooh, Raj. Look what they did in a man-made thing. Come on, Sydney getting a blast here headed toward Blacktown. I'm north of Liverpool. Glad I'm not in that Liverpool. Sometimes I'm not so happy I'm in this one either. Be honest with you. That was this is your 1 hour, by the way. So we'll go back on a 12 on this and slow roll it. See if we see any blast. Nah, nothing showing. I'm honest, if I don't see it, I say, oh! I'm going to make one up. No, we don't do that here. Homie don't play that. Bap, sock in the head on that one. I don't. There's enough bad and stuff going on in the world to talk about, and enough good to talk about as well. Don't forget to talk about the good. I did point out those beautiful green forests, okay? Because we should be balanced, you know. It's not, if you focus on all the bad, and you don't never see that this looks like a nose and a face and a chin, then you don't have an imaginarium left. Isn't that cool? The outline of that river. There's something carved this so that strata was hard enough on this side to not erode, the same as this one that made the line. That looks like a head, man. I just love coolnesses, right? And you can do that, and you can get a coloring book and color that in if you got nothing to do. Print it. Print screen, color in book. Look at my Imaginarium. I'm still alive. Okay? You're still alive if you're listening to this, right? And if you're still alive, life ain't that bad. Because you still have life. Okay? Yeah, so change what you can and work on what you can. And me, I'm working on my swearing. I got to admit, it does offend people, but I can't help it. If it just comes out and I'm not like ahead of time going, right, I'm going to say 17 F words in the next hour. Oh, it's time. I haven't worked the C word in a while. I haven't said cuntocrat or country with a space. My country. What the hell are they doing to you, Wollongong? They said you wasn't getting any rain accumulation, right? But whoop, there it is. Big old storm coming across the top. Yeah, I think they're being lying about the statistics. Remember Bill Gates had a book called Lying with Statistic? Well, they ain't lying about the statistic now, because isn't it a stat to give you a plan? It's using their numbers. There's a rabbit, man. I'm being wasky. See the head of the Easter bunny right there? Do you bite the ears off first or the ass? Go on, tell me. Or do you snap the neck? Everybody's got a different way. Uh-huh. Helensburgh. You guys got lucky there. I don't like the way these storms are rotating at all. They're coming in a square. When they bust them up like that, they rotate. And as that comes in through here, that's bad, actually. They should actually rain out. I actually picked up when I got to shore. What did they spray? Alright, where am I? Wollongong. I'm going down coast to the Wollongong. There's Sydney, Wollongong. Right? I think it's there. It looks kind of like a scrotum. You see right there? I gotta look at things certain ways, or I won't recognize where I'm at. Am I right? Well, it's around here, isn't it? Or am I way wrong? And I think I'm right. How does this feel to be the scrotum of Sydney? I'm sorry. In my mind, I have to be able to identify land masses by their actual way they look. Imagine I'd be a good sea captain for that, because I know. Let's see what's going on. What did they blow up as it came ashore? Oh, yeah, look. Just before it came ashore, they hit a bomb right here. Watch. It came ashore. Now we're in a flower of death. One here and a line here. That's going to become more pronounced. See it? Now I'm back here to this flower of death. Back 10 minutes and forward. Boom! Fucking hell. Yeah, they made this over the top as it came ashore. Right there, it's a very distinct formation. Boom, 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 boom. Do you see this okay? If I can get it to go up just a little bit. Just get that to go a bit. Right. I'm going to go back to it. It says 8 a.m. my time. Back 10 minutes and up. Back 10 more. It's not doing it. There we go. Oh, the suspense of it all. I told you it was in suspense. I had a lot to look at before I do this. All right, 10-minute jump. Boom. All right, there was that peace sign. Not very peaceful weather, was it? All right. A flower of death coming up to the left of it right here. I'm sorry. This kills all life. It kills livelihoods. By definition, it's a death. And then somebody didn't like that. Tough shit. Help me end this program. Do your own video, actually. You spot stuff like this. Boom, 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 boom. And I'll say thank you so much, and I'll share your work. Really, that's what I say. Thank you so much. It's not that this is what Robert does. I said I saw something that needed to be done, so I'm doing it. This is as outside my comfort zone as it gets, doing videos. You guys don't know me. I'm nervous before I start. You'll sick to my stomach that I'm going to have to talk about this. Yeah, It's very difficult. But we have to confront those things that are difficult. Because if we don't, we'll never grow. We'll never ever do anything but cow down and take it and have it. And boom, 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 we'll go to Plumes over your whole life. And you'll take it, you'll have it, and you'll never get a freaking choice. Never getting a choice. Boom after boom after boom after plume after plume, ruining your days, ruining your life, taking your fucking dreams away. How fucking dare our oppressors do this to my Mother Earth? While too many sit silent and complacent. Well, too many just deny what's right in front of their eyes. Have no memory of a past where clouds were around because they're too young to remember, even some people. And other people are emulating what I did in that experiment with asking people to just draw a picture of clouds in the sky with people like you used to draw. And watch what color crayons they pick. You'll see. You'll see straight lines drawn instead of round. You'll see the stick man drawn in the sky, just like where it's evidenced here. You can't tell the kid the sky don't look like that because his whole life it did. It's been going on for years and years and years. And well, in hindsight, from a decade of doing this, even though I haven't fully succeeded, if it was 2016 again, I'll show you. I'm going to go through my Wayback Machine and I'll show you a defining moment in my life. It's the worst sight I'd ever seen. I'm going to show you why I give a fuck. I looked at this over Australia, and I see the worst chem bomb deployment you can imagine over your country. I seen this. And I said, oh my God, look what they can do. And it is over the country. All of that dispersed over the top. And it all headed this way. And the next day it was up here. Another one had been deployed and dispersed. This is the sickness mix. And I issued a toxic air alert, which I don't often do at the time. I told people to stay in, mask up, don't even fucking go out. This is going to kill people. And 7 days later, people started dying along here. And this is what they did in Sydney. And they called it thunderstorm asthma. I called it chem bomb asthma. Actually, chem flu has been what we called it for years. And that's what they did to Sydney. It's the 3-day in out. If something gets deployed to your west, then as it moves inland, they redeploy in the area where the vaporous particulations of that, what has been moved, is still there. And then another day later, they hit it again. The 3-day in out. And then people died. And they made a new excuse. Suddenly, rain didn't knock dust out of the sky and pollen. Suddenly it killed you. At the same time, they're testing, are you ready for this? An asthma vaccine. So I seen a corporation making money off of killing you with something in the sky. I seen a corporation offering you a solution, and I see me go right. I can't sit here at my house another minute by myself watching weather and telling you people this, owning anything. And I've got to go tell you people you're being killed. And I did. It's almost the first thing I say. I come here to tell you we're being killed. And I show you why. And I sold everything I owned. I ain't really owned anything ever since. But you know, I'd rather not be owned for my ownings and be silent in the face of this that's gone on. That's continued now since 2016. 8 years later, 7.5. 1 year for each billion people. It's still going on, and they've gotten better at it. They are, whoever's doing it, and that the justice needs to totally happen, and we need to be disclosed to find out. And I'm not just talking an excuse. I'm talking justice, visible in front of us, so nobody ever does this to my planet again. And it's wrong, and I'm getting upset. So I hope you find my work valuable. I'm going to just roll a forecast for a minute and try to collect myself. If you care to support my work, that's cool. You could do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. I think I'm going to give you your current weather radar for your entire nation. All right, if I see anything peculiar, I'll stop it. I just need a drink and collect myself. All right, here's your 12-hour. There we go, 12-hour range. Let's run it up. Oh, I've been doing it wrong. Oh. Beam in here. I'm going to have a drink in a minute. It's very hard for me to show that, you know. Matter of fact, I want to shut that off. I don't want to see it. I don't feel I failed. Because I still do tasks related to it. And the Paris Accords has not passed yet. And it's up to me to make sure it never does. If this is what it's going to do. Are you not read? If some of you out there may be the first time. All right, I'm going to show you something. Geoengineering balloons, Paris Accords. This is the geoengineering governance document, freely available online by just saying those words I just did. Okay. If I go over here, and this is a United Nations paper. This is freely available, anybody to get. And it's got names and all this stuff. I love your glasses there. I don't like that guy in Indiana Jones. He burnt his hand on something. He does kind of look like him. He had the coolest coat hanger I've ever seen. Right. So, if I go here to sulfur aerosol injections, and I go on, this is on page 13 of this document, and I go to the last sentence of the first paragraph, you will see the following words. Potential delivery vehicles for stratospheric sulfur dioxide injection include aircraft, artillery shells, stratospheric balloons, and hoses suspended from towers. The genesis of this approach was suggested in 1974 by a Russian climatologist. Isn't everything from the Russians supposed to be bad when it's doing in the world? But now this is good. Wasn't it in the 1970s we had the Clean Air and the Water Act telling us that acid rain was killing our trees? And here they are talking about using the research of some guy to put sulfur in our atmosphere from in 1974 when it had already been decided it was a bad idea. But yet it's being used in, this was it from 2016, to be used to sell this program. Right? I'm going to tell you that don't make no sense. And they also talk about a timeline of projected warming. Projected, right? That's a lie. It's a statistic and it's an opinion based on bullshit profits. And underneath here is all the names and everything cited. You got a lot of homework to do. Written testimonies by when they found somebody to say exactly what they wanted to hear. It also talks about they do not know what all the harms are going to be. Okay? They don't. I don't know what they're all going to be. It did something funny. I just clicked it off. Did you see it go weird? That was weird. So I just clicked off the screen. That's a freely available document. It has to be available online. It's United Nations. Right? Yeah, that's odds. No game. None. So go look it up. You got homework to do. I look at the backflow here. As the electromagnetic frequency it nucleates the condensates of whatever's streaming off the side of this shit. What's going on there anyhow? It's a bit of an odd one. Oh, yeah, you got chem bombs going off. Changing the medium of the atmosphere or the stuff that the waveforms flow through, the medium, the moisture, the whatever it is. Look at that. That's a chem bomb going off. Boom, and you got 3 small ones in the front. I've got a really big screen in front of me, by the way. It's that old television that I plug in the side of. Yeah. Yeah, my 30-pound television is a guilt shower to me. Yeah, I told you, I live meat. Nobody's visiting me knows that. That's horrendous. That is quite a formation there. I swear, it's almost like... Okay, I'm going to say it. It's almost like they got the TRB up there, the triangular craft with the 3 pads on it. And it's chem, and that's very suspicious, this one. You showed yourself, mate. They must have flipped. That's interesting, that one. And gone. It is suspected these are used. Actually, their cloaking ability is fantastic. And I'm not talking science fiction. They've got some stuff out there. You ain't going to see it. It's amazing, actually. Really cool. Make that Harry Potter cloak kind of seem like, dang, man, they can do that. It's much more advanced of what you see on YouTube, and what's going on in the real tube is quite different. Or should I say, you got YouTube and you got test tube. You know, one's an experiment and one's a, hey, look at this. One's a patent and one's been done. Right? Patents not always necessarily been done. There's lots of mousetraps out there, though. Yeah, that's a very interesting formation. I'm just dataing it. I could change it, but I got this. All right, that was interesting. See, I recovered myself. I was able to continue. We got an interesting formation coming over here. That's very suspicious to me. As soon as I see it, I say, that's some fuckery, man. Here's some fuckery going on. Fuckery is not just a foot, man. It's a fucking boot on your neck some days. Taking your air away. Yeah, something's just going on now. It's still streaming off. Now, if you're moving this direction and that's going that direction, shouldn't the streamer be going that direction? That's a bit odd to me. It just don't make any sense. It's nonsense weather, folks, where rotations become squares and everybody's doing the dance. And, well, the fiddler still caused the tone and you pay to get in the hall, don't you? You ain't going to the square dance for free. What the hell is going on here? It looks like one of them bombardier things you see on military uniforms, don't it? One of those cool things. Pilot a bombardier, release the chem bomb here, release the pen bomb here, toxify the air, release the chem bomb here. Boom, 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 went the plumes and away went your day. That's devilish looking, isn't it? Got the horns going. Right there. See it? Entities, always freaking attacking someone else but me. Boom! That's a big one right there, folks. That's a big day ruiner. Yeah. Hey, look, the sun's coming out. Let's put the chairs out. No! Exactly. Owning your weather, deciding you could even have some sunshine. That's right. Because there ain't no sunshine until this geoengineering program is gone. And that's all I got to say about that tonight. Or today. Or any day. Right? I am not a denier of geoengineering. You cannot deny this. If you deny this, you're out of your mind. Open up your eyes and realize that something's going on with your skies. And then talk to people about it. Talk civilly. Why? Because it's long overdue. No meltdowns, no cryings, no telling me just because you're offended that my opinion should change of what a fact is. 1 + 1 = 2, and to get change, it's going to take me and you. Big love, people. Peace.